we are talking about the tournament and golf course information. So we're going to start with the golf course. Now, this was last year. I went through and I looked at every single hole, try to determine what type of ball flight benefits at this particular hole. If there are forced layups or forced carries, usually that applies to, most of the people in the field. There are going to be anomalies like, John Rahm, Rory McIlroy, your long ball hitters that can do things other people can't. Those are exceptions to the rule. But for the most part, the rule kind of applies on the screen that I have it. So now these are just benefits. The shot shapes are beneficial. These are what most golfers what they would be comfortable looking at. Obviously, hole 18 is a notable par 5. You could hit any type of tee ball, but a draw is usually beneficial. You want to carry a bunker. Now, it depends on how warm the temps are going to be at this tournament, where the wind's going to be blowing from, whether, that will all dictate what type of shot off the tee is going to matter. So that's why I have it as any. But there is water on the right side of this green, and a fade into the green gets to skirt the water and then also attack any pin position on the right side. A draw cannot do that regardless. So that's why I have a fade here as a benefit. As you can see, fades outweigh draws pretty heavily. You can see there are draws here at the top, and we don't see draws at all for the rest of the entire golf course. Then we start getting into fades on the approach shots. So I think this tournament really, or this golf course, favors golfers who hit a left to right ball flight. Now, that does not mean avoid golfers who hit draws, because draws do help. I always, like during the Honda Classic, it was when Sung Jae won. Tommy Fleetwood was coming into the last hole, trying to go for the green in 2. He tried hitting a fade. Now, these golfers are really good. They can hit any type of shot shape they want, but guess what? When it comes to pressure situations, what you do that you don't naturally do doesn't come that easy. So I get it for all those critics out there, because I hear it all the time. Like, these guys are really good. They can do anything with a golf ball. Yeah, so can I. I can make a golf ball slice. I can make a golf ball hook. I can do all of those things. Can I do it in complete control at any given moment? No. I'd be on the PGA Tour. These guys are on the PGA Tour, but when they hit one type of shot shape for the entire round, and then they have to come to the last hole and try to do something they normally don't do, it doesn't come that easy. That's why shot shape is one of those things that are widely talked about. So all the little data nerds out there, or people who don't think that really matters, it does. So what I'm trying to say is, shot shape, again, this is a benefit. If a golfer that you're interested in has a fade, a left to right ball flight, because this is all by right-handed golfers, I think that better suits them at this type of golf course. Again, just to repeat myself, that doesn't mean avoid all golfers who draw the golf ball. That shouldn't be the case, because again, I think Tommy Fleetwood was in the optimal lineup like a couple years ago, 3 years ago, or whatever. We'll go over that once we get there. But I just want to provide a little bit of an idea of, if you kind of have a tie between two golfers, maybe I just figured out your tiebreaker. That's how I look at it, and that's how I think you should look at it. It is a par 70, by the way, 7,100 yards. I haven't really gone over that in the past, or this year, I should say. So and it's a hard golf course, by the way, very hard golf course. It'd be great if we can find golfers who are very consistent at shooting 1 or 2 under par. Maybe not one of those that are very streaky and shoot 6, 7, 8 under par here and there, and then 1 to 2 under, or even like 1 to 2 over every once in a while, and then follow up with another 8 under round. Like, I'm looking for like kind of slow and steady scorers. I think, because having that all rounds under 70 bonus is going to be really nice at this course, because I don't think birdies and bunches really happen. In fact, if we were to go to like past results, 10 under won the tournament last year. 12 the year before, 6 the year before that. You can see Fleetwood was right there. 9 under, 8 under. Like, it's a very low scoring event, and low meaning not a lot of birdies. Like, if it's a high scoring event, that means lots of birdies are happening, but low scoring, not so much. So if there's a way to figure out which golfers do well at tough golf courses and who end up shooting, 1 or 2 under each round, boom, you've got your golf. Like, that's a really good golfer to build your lineups around, because having that 5-point bonus for getting all rounds under 70 will be very huge in any contest on DraftKings, because again, birdies are going to be hard to come by this week. So getting that extra 5 points for getting all rounds under 70, if you can, by the way, you can figure out, if you can find that information somewhere, whatever sites you guys use, whatever, that I think will be very beneficial for you this week. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. Golfers who are slow and steady, who hit a fade type of golf shot, kind of like, that's what I think is a very good fit for your DraftKings lineups. So do with that as you will. Now, when it comes to the tournament, there's going to be 144 golfers in this event. Obviously, the days are getting longer, so we can kind of stretch out how many golfers are in the field every week moving forward. I personally think they should still have like 132, but, trying to get as many golfers in here as possible, I get it to some extent. So we're going to have 144. There are 4 spots open, by the way, because there are only 140 that I have. That I got from DraftKings, I should say. So there will be 144. Keep in mind that those 4 golfers probably aren't really worth mentioning, and really probably aren't worth adding to the list. But of course I will. Just be cognizant of that. And also be cognizant of people withdrawing, because there are some golfers in this field, like Lonto Griffin, that withdrew last week. They're in this field this week. So be careful about that. We'll hopefully cover that in the strategy video tomorrow, which I'll be going at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thinking about doing that earlier just to get that out to you guys sooner. How about this? You let me know. If you're watching this currently, what would you prefer? 8 p.m. Central Standard Time or 6 p.m. Central Standard Time? You let me know. I might put a poll out there, so be on the lookout for that. That'd be on Twitter, or not on Twitter, on YouTube. And maybe I'll just go with the majority. Either way, you'll see it. I'll put a reminder out there. I'll, say the broadcast will start, at whatever time I decide. But you guys can influence that. You let me know what works best for you, 6 p.m. or 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Anyways, 144 golfers. I imagine if there are any withdrawals, they're going to fill those spots with alternates. So I think it's going to be 144. It's going to be stuck at that. 158 strength of field. Last week we had like 730. Like, it was north of 720. I know that for sure. So considerably less strong, considerably weaker. And with that, I think a lot of volatility comes with this. If you just look, there are 2 10K golfers, which usually we see 4 to 5 in any given DraftKings contest, which is going to make lineup building super interesting. And once we get to the bucket portion of this, the bucket system with salaries, you're going to see why, because 10Ks happen to be very successful at this tournament. So I don't know what to do with that. That's really all that I have, though, with the tournament information.